Hello everybody, it's William. Welcome to my channel. So if you stumble upon my channel, don't just close this window because it's really important for me. As you guys can see, I'm a really small YouTuber, and I'm recently unemployed, and this YouTube channel may be the only source of revenue that I might get, and I really would like to reach the monetization hurdle yet. I really lacking a lot in subscribers, so it really helped me a lot if you subscribe to the channel. Okay, so yeah, let's go back to this series. You're watching a series video about Apple's map application development, and we're mainly using Apple's MapKit to do that. Previously, we already achieved the functionality of using a marker to mark certain places in the map, and using multiple markers to mark it out. But it's not enough. It's not enough customization. So as we go deeper, we will get much more customization than this using the default one. Okay, so at first the customization that I like to use is the marker. Okay, so if you let me just zoom it in a little bit so you guys can see. So for example, the marker right here is a little bit boring. Okay, this is definitely a little bit boring because we don't want just the boring marker, but rather we want more customization. We want a marker like a I don't know, like a iconic icon, and iconic symbol that can represent the places. Okay, so for example, if there's a restaurant, yeah, you can get a symbol of a restaurant. If it is a hospital, you can get a cross or something like that. And so that's what we are going to do in this video. Okay, so yeah, let's do more customization. So first, let's replace some of the marker with another thing. So marker is a default. Okay, so if you want to mark something, you can use marker. But instead of using marker, let me just comment every marker out. So once you comment it out, you just get a default map because there is no marker, there is no anchor, there is no information for the MapKit to calculate the optimal space for it to show. So what we're going to do is to use annotation. Okay, so annotation is as the name suggests, is just annotation. So for example, you like a let's just use the simple annotation possible, which would be just the simple text. And let's start with the simplest annotation, which will be just the simple text. So first, of course, the annotations syntax is almost the same as the marker. So you still need to say, hey, I like to show London Bridge. Let's use the London School of Economic and Political Science as an example and use the same coordinates. So let's copy here and paste it here, and yeah, so we got a annotation, but instead of just and here, we have to add more things. So I think we get this could have not been third generic argument. Yeah, so we're missing a lot of arguments. So basically, we already say, hey, I'd like an annotation, but we don't specify what kind of annotation that you want to have. We just give the coordinates of that specific places. So what I'm going to do is to add the simplest version of it, which will be just add a text to it. So let's add a string. This will be London School of Economic and let's using the LSE. Okay, so we got a pretty basic annotation here. So let's just zoom it in by pinch and zoom it. Yeah, I think I already got this there. Already pretty big. Okay, So we got LSE and we got the London School of Economic and Political Science as the annotation as well as the text. So basically, the text is the form of annotation, and this is the name of the places. And of course, you can add in more options to the text, just like you are adding options to your Swift UI, basically app design. So, for example, if you think LSE, this text is a little bit small, you want to make it bigger, so you can dots and font to change the font a bit. And of course, if you select title, you become bigger. Okay, so yeah. And for example, you like a say I don't know, maybe you can get yeah, you just got dots. You can get all sort of options here, and you can just select it one by one. And yeah, this is a very simple way of doing it. So we can get underline, limits, text scale. You can scale it. Okay, and text.scale. Yeah, you can scale it, but I think it's already pretty big. I do not recommend using a bigger than this default options size, because that will mess up with the surrounding areas. Okay, and yeah, can I add a background color? Let me just try it. I can add a background. Yeah, I can even add a background. That's brilliant. Yeah, as you guys can see, LSC got the background. I think that's pretty good, because you got the background to sort of contrast the information that you show, the text LSC. For example, if you got a say blue background, can I get a blue background? Dots. Blue. Okay, so I got blue background. That's definitely. Maybe just a yellow background. Yeah, so sort of this will give you a highlight, and right now it's a little bit small background, so I might just add a little bit paddings to it, and you got this edges inset, so maybe adding more, so maybe 10. I get a 10 padding. Maybe that's too much. Just 5. Okay, so we got a padding, and let's give a padding here, and yeah. So you need to get it before in order to show it. So if you get want more padding, so maybe 20. You got really big paddings, and since the phone that you're using is a sort of a rounded design, and I'm going to get a radius, so you can use corner radius 3. That's maybe too small. Maybe just 8.0. Okay, so I get a really big radius. That's small, so maybe this. Okay, maybe 20, 30, maybe. So you have a pretty rounded corner. Yeah, so basically you can get all sort of a customization. Okay, so even though you got a simple text, so for example, this will be our, say, my name is William J.M., so William J.M.'s school. Yeah, something like that. You can add in the text and edit text. Okay, so that's a really brilliant way of adding places. Okay, so this is London School of Economic and Political Science. So let's just use the London School of yeah, let's just use this. So it's really long, so that's the reason I use this LSC rather than this really long, because if you got this customization and you got pretty long name, you might just yeah, overflow the yeah, just more than the width of this phone, and you can get pretty weird result. Okay, so yeah, we already got the text annotation. That is the simplest version of annotation, and of course you can just copy that and change the text annotation. And let's find another places. So maybe London Bridge. Let's just use London Bridge to do that. So London Bridge, and of course you're going to use the marker as well as a coordinate, as we already done that before. So we can just copy and paste it here, just replace it and change the text. So the text definitely not going to be LS, but rather say London Bridge, so LB, and the rest of it will be the same. Okay, so I think there might be a little bit wrong. Yeah, that's because I need to separate that. Okay, so let me. Okay, so this will be the London School of Economic and Political Science, LSE, and this will be a London Bridge. So you show two places on your map, and using the simplest way of showing it, which will be text. Okay, and of course, if you add another annotation, let's I'll bring you the New York cafe. So it's cake shop or cafe? I'm not sure. Oh, okay, it's a cake shop. Doc's Cake Shop. I haven't been to that places, so okay. So let's just use this. And coordinates, we need to change that to DCS. Okay, DCS. So we get an DCS. Okay, so we change the text. So this is New York's cake shop. This will be LB. Yeah. So yeah, so you show this cake shop in New York, as well as the London Bridge, as well as the London School of Economic and Political Science. But still, you can't solve the problem of overlapping. That's yeah, that's natural, because you just overlap everything. Okay, so if you zoom in, you can see that they changed the London Bridge to London School of Economics, and if you zoom it enough, you can change it. And of course, you can change the background color to let you yeah, better distinguish one places from another. Okay, so you can change the color, and of course you can change this to say blue, purple, whatever color that you, or maybe sign. Okay, sign. Okay, and you got this distinguish. And of course you can change the paddings yeah, lightly, to just indicate that you got multiple things underneath it. Okay, so for example, I changed the padding to 15, and so you got the different size of the annotation, and it's sort of a patch solution to solve the problem, but it's not necessarily the best solution yet. But I just want to show you guys that it's all customizable, that you can change it with ease. Okay, so yeah, that's the one part of the video, because we just use the simplest version, but normally we don't just use text. We can use say symbols, as I said earlier. I think I already introduced you guys the SF symbol. It's a really helpful way to adding symbols that do not have the copyright issue, because if you are doing indie app development, you need to consider copyright. You need to respect other people's intellectual property. Okay, so you might just design the thing yourself. So for example, if you are a digital artist like me, or designer, you can use say Photoshop or whatever or software that can help you to design the icon, and you can use it, or you can commission other people to do it, or you can just use Apple's SF symbol. Okay, so for example, if you got this say the cake shop, so hopefully we can get a cake. I'm not sure. Yeah, we can even get a cake. So birthday cake, Yeah, I think that's pretty good. So you can just copy the birthday cake. Let me copy the name, will be suffice. Okay, because it's already embedded in the system. So you can just reference that without actually install any of it. You already install that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is to change the New York's cake shop. Instead of using text, I'm going to use a image. So let me just replace it with image. So image, and I'm going to use the default system image. So SF symbol is the system image, so system name, and I'm going to use the system name of a string, and inside of the string I already copy that name, so let me paste it here. So we got this beautiful design birthday cake, but I think the background color is a little bit weird, so maybe change that from red to a less intrusive color, maybe to say let's just using white. Okay, so the padding is a little bit big, and it's already yeah, I think the padding is a little bit big, so maybe just to make it small, well, like 10. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. And the radius, around the radius is definitely too much in this case, so maybe just to make it 10 as well. Okay, so yeah, maybe 15, just to make it more rounded. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. And of course, you can add more colors to it. So we already got the backgrounds. What about foreground color? So let's add foreground color and then background color. So foreground color, and thinks it's a cake, so maybe make it red, dot red maybe, just to make it more, yeah, cake. Maybe yellowish. I think that's a more welcome sign than this. Maybe orange. Okay, that's the more festive, like getting at a festival. Yeah, so maybe not so white. Maybe give it a bluish color, maybe blue or cyan, something like that. Blue is too dark. Let's use cyan. Okay, so yeah, whatever color that you like to add. Brown, cyan, feel gray. What about gray? Just to give it a little bit contrast. Yeah. So you can do all sort of a customization. Yeah, maybe teal. Let's do teal, just to explore more possibility. And maybe this is not orange. Maybe this time I used red to give it contrast. Yeah. So yeah, you got an idea. Of course, I'm not going to spend much more time on this customization. You can customize it yourself. Okay, so yeah, and so that's how to do the customization. And of course, this is a system default image. You can use your own image as well. So let's use an image that I draw. I just draw a avatar, a profile picture of me, and I'm going to drag it here. So I'm not going to just make it say ×1, ×2, ×3, or that, just to save you guys a little bit of time. So basically just a simple image that I draw, and once I drag it to the XC assets, I can reference it. Say I'm not going to use the birthday cake, but just say I am currently at the London Bridge. Yeah, so I can use the image. Okay, and inside of it, I'm going to reference the image that I just imported, which will be the name. Let me use a string to get it within JM. So WJM is a really big image, and I think I can shrink it to the to the good size. So let's change it. Let's use resizable to change it. Okay, so let's use resizable, and let's using a frame to do that. So resizable and dot frame, and give it width and height. Width of 100, 100, and a height of 100. Height of 100. So just shrink it down to 100 and 100, and yeah, I think that that will distort my image. That's because that's my fault, because my original image is not like a square, but I think it's more like maybe using 200 will give it better results. Yeah, that's pretty good. So I will shrink it by turning it into 150. Okay, so it will just shrink it down, and the background, maybe just using white this time, so it just give you yeah, something like this. Paddings too much, just 5, and yeah, maybe shrink this as well, so maybe 50 and 25. So really small, but it doesn't really matter, because when you zoom it, you can see within Jam is at the London Bridge. Yeah, let me find it. Yeah, it's at the London Bridge. Okay, so that's the way of not only do the customization, but also bring you your own image to the map. Okay, this is a really good example of how to add, say, if you want to build an app that show your friend's avatar, and you want to know where your friends is, where your friends are, and you want to navigate to your friends. You can use this functionality. Okay, yeah, I think that's already pretty long. It's already 20 minutes tutorial. I tend to make my tutorial shorter and more bite-sized, so I think that's pretty much for this video. Don't forget, don't just close this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It's really important for me, and I'm trying to apply for YouTube Partner Program. Every one of you's help is crucial for me to actually generate revenue and make a living. Okay, so thank you so much for support. Bye.